Jolt here. Welcome to my third Nerf Arsenal video. I've tried to get as many of the Nerf blasters as I can and set them up around the house for your viewing pleasure. We're going to start off with some of my favourite Nerf blasters before moving on to some of the others. This is absolutely gorgeous and was given to me by my good friend Monkeytron Collective, as he's known on YouTube, or Big Al, as he's known on BritNerf. And look at the detailing on this. It's in the red, white and blue of the Just a Jolt logo. Tactics, my metaphorical brother. It's even got Mr. T-Rex on it, look.
Monkeytron Collective thought of that for me! Rah.
Nice hair, by the way, Mr. T-Rex.
Thank you! Glad you noticed!
Nice chocolate Nerf gun too.
I thought it was made of dinosaur poop!
This blaster does not contain any IMRs, which is kind of weird for a blaster that I own. On the other side, we have Tactical Tang. Where's the stock? Hasbro wish they thought of this. This is just absolutely phenomenal, and just for a little shout out, what Monkeytron Collective does is he takes Nerf blasters and makes them into absolutely gorgeous cosplay props. Moving on, we have some other blasters I love to use in Nerf Wars. My current favourite primary is the Battle Badger. Large capacity front loader, meaning that I can travel light with a bag of darts on my duct tape rig and make like a ninja ferry in the Nerf arena. In my earlier Nerfing days, I loved using a hammer shot. I also quite enjoy using this. Love the massive capacity. Minimise Doomland's Lawbringer, of course. The Negotiator Hasbro wish they thought of. 12 shots, count them, 4 more than yours, Hasbro. 3-wide Barricade with worker flywheels. 3-wide Raven with barricade motors. And this little area up here chopped off so I can top load. There are people who love the Raven, there are people that hate it. Personally, I love it. I love the way it just nestles nicely into your shoulder, and this configuration here with 2 duct tape together 35 round drums. It is a heck of a fun blaster to use. It's perfect. Pew 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 pew. The only other mag-fed blaster I sometimes use is the Ultratech Rapid Tech. Great for when it's wet and you don't want your IMRs to get wet because that's lithium and water and lithium. Bang. Moving on to another large capacity front loader, my wrist-mounted Swarm Fire turret. 20 shots of fully automatic goodness. You want to see it as a fully automatic Nerf shotgun. Nerf on the Go Blaster keychain. Isn't it cute? Even comes with a little box. The same blaster that featured on Walcom's smallest Nerf blaster in the world video. And being just a Jolt, it would be a surprise if I didn't have a number of Jolts. Okay, so I know the Secret Strike isn't a Jolt, but I think of it as a Jolt. An air-powered Jolt. I like it. Oh, my heart beats true for the red, white and blue. Big Jolt reshell. Thanks very much to Sierra for these ones. These are Cluedo Jolts. Colonel Mustard, Mrs. Peacock and Miss Scarlet. The lighting's really terrible, but I love the detailing on these. They're really, really funky. See some keys there, a little swirly. Roses glinting in the bad light. Bought this Nerf Pocket Strike on my last visit to Germany. I've recently come by this Nerf Jolt. This is possibly the most interesting Nerf Jolt I have. It hasn't been painted. This is just the colour it came in. Funky. If any of you guys can tell me anything more about this Jolt in this interesting colour scheme, then please do. One thing that's different about this Jolt is that in the back there is a little air release hole, which at some point probably should be plugged up, but anyway, guess you could just fire it like that. Why would you do that, Hasbro? This Nerf Longshot has special nostalgic value for me. One of the first mods I ever did. Air restrictor removed, triple springed. Doesn't work anymore, but I like it. This used to be a Nerf Scout, sorry. Nerf Easter Adventure Pack. Get a snack pot, a drink, and a piece of chocolate. Seriously, Hasbro, I should work for you. I'm not even joking, but I digress. Moving into the kitchen, we have some N-Strike blasters. Now, I've got a special place in my heart for Ravens and Barricades, as you should imagine, which is why they're up here on the work surface as opposed to down on the floor. I don't have anything against you guys, but I really like these. I think pretty much everyone's got some Raiders in their Nerf collection. Sharpfire, Double Down and Snapfire are not elite blasters. I think it's kind of funky how Nerf's rebranded N-Strike as this kind of minimalist, simple type of Nerf blaster. I know you can do some wicked mods with a Snapfire. Once again, I'm going to refer you to Walcom's channel for that. And I've also seen the Double Down being used very effectively at Grim Up Nerf. Sharpfire, of course, lives on in the form of this, but more on that later. Stampedes. Did you know that Nerf N-Strike Stampede has 37 screws in the shell? I counted them. Can see all the numbers. Look, Nerf N-Strike Recon, Nerf Longshot Front Guns, Nerf N-Strike Barrel Break. Reflex. The mighty Havoc Fire strided by the Unicorn of Joy. Now you might ask me why I've got not 1, not 2, but in fact 3 deploys in my collection. I guess the truth is I'd rather they were here with me than corrupting other Nerfers. I swear they breed when you put them in the bin. Nerf N-Strike, Long Strikes, and a little bit of Sonic goodness as well. This one used to be a Nerf War blaster, and I'm afraid when they break I simply replace bits with bits from other blasters. Sorry if that's sacrilegious. I found this Sonic Recon in a garage sale. Garage sale. I don't know, whatever. Floor marked, wenn ihr in Deutschland seid. I actually don't do that many garage sales here in the UK, so I'm kind of fortunate that I live somewhere where they do one once a year quite nearby. Night Finders, Maverick reshells, keeping in with the retro theme, Dark Tag goodness. I really like the Speedloader 6 as a Dart Attack blaster. Big fan of the Speed Swarm as well. Dart Attack blasters are actually just solid blasters, really. I'm in the habit of collecting Dart Tag 10s at the moment because they make really, really good loner blasters. Easy to use, higher than average capacity, no mags to jam. Doomland's Persuader and Lawbringer. I do like the Lawbringer because it's high capacity. Retro Star Wars goodness. That's true, Chewie, and that's one thing you'll notice. There are quite a few blasters around which haven't even been unboxed yet, And that's simply because, as I've had a second kid, I found it more and more difficult to do all the things I want to do, and looking to massively reduce my collection. No, Chew, I'm not quitting altogether. Just looking to reduce my collection a little bit. Now Mr. Jolt and I have another baby. Yes, the dribbly one. We are looking to move house, which does mean that it might be a good idea to start reducing my collection a little bit to make that easier. Don't worry, I'll keep your blaster. This is actually a genuine Hasbro blaster as well. Even though this one's not Nerf branded, it is Hasbro 2010. This one's a shade older at 2006. Not Nerf, still Hasbro. Bye, Chewy. Moving on. Mega blasters. I'd say my favourite mega blaster was probably the Cyclone Shock with the worker inserts. Turns this into a really potent front loader, especially with the respring. Welcome to the Zombie Strike chair. I think the Zombie Strike line's kind of a love or hate thing. Silent Ninja from the BritNerf forum is an expert user of the Slingfire, the Outbreaker bow. Some may say, why not? Many people say, why? Love hammer shots. Seeing the Side Strike turned into an incredibly good sidearm. I have had way too much fun with the Sledge Fire. Got a ton of shells for it back there too. Crossfire. At least the Crossfire has a rear stock attachment point, unlike the Outbreaker bow. On to Nerf Elite goodness. Bunch of Retaliators. Old Man Nerf's Retaliator is nuts. Oh look, it's a minimised Alpha Hawk, Spectre. Easy mistake to make. Rough Cuts. Fire Strikes. My Disruptor. Their Disruptor. Hasbro wish they thought of that. Strong Arm, Triad, Rampage. I actually used to use an Alpha Trooper in Nerf Wars. Mostly reliable, but a little bit jammy. Crossbolt. I have a lot of respect for the Crossbolt because it's actually a genuine crossbow. It's taken the Zombie Strike line ages to come up with a genuine crossbow. They've been doing stuff like this. I saw this randomly in Aldi. I've never seen it packaged like this before, so I picked it up because it was a bit different. On to electric Nerf N-Strike Elite blasters. Strikes, bunch of demolishers. Rapid Strikes. For the days of the Nemesis, the top full auto Nerf blaster. Nerf Elite Hyperfire. Got a couple of those in boxes too. Those boxes have 2 each in them. So much full auto Nerf goodness! Speaking of genuine crossbows,
Look into my eyes.
I think it's fair to say that Rebel definitely has the monopoly on actual genuine crossbow style blasters. Codebreaker. I forget what this is called, but I love it. See that? Zombie Strike, Rebel was doing it before it was cool. Just in case anyone else has got little Joltlets running around their house. I found the Rebel bows, especially this one, really easy to use. My little 3-year-old can use this, and she's incredibly accurate with it. How to make little Joltlets day? Let her open another little box of arrows. I like the Grey Spy because it's an utterly funky Jolt reskin. It's got that kind of pirate feel to it. Arrgh. More victories. I've got no idea why Hasbro haven't done more blasters like this. Having the priming handle underneath makes the Guardian so much more natural to use than the Strong Arm. I love how smooth and slim the Rapid Red is. Bell Power Bell goodness. This is an experiment that I tried out after seeing Monkeytron Collective's doubled Lawbringer at a Grim Up Nerf once. Allegiant blasters. By the way, I'll tell you how many blasters I've actually got in the comments section of the video, but see if you can count them all. AccuStrike goodness. To Victor! Got lots of Falcon fires, and I used to have an Alpha Hawk too. I'm not sure what happened to that. Lots of random crazy off-brand Nerf stuff. Fire chain. Shorter than it used to be. And onto Modulus stuff. I've kind of counted every Modulus thing that shoots stuff as a blaster, which means that all of these kind of stock and barrel and stuff attachments I'm going to pop outside now. Right here are all the blasters I use as loaners for Nerf Wars. Mostly Rebel Super Strikes, Angel Fire type blasters, a few Strong Arms and Mavericks mixed in too. Back inside again. Tactical tanks guarding the Rayathon Toys tactical vest, the Elite tactical vest, and the old N-Strike tactical vest. This was one of the first Nerf videos I had that got some interest. Sorry if you've watched it thinking it was something it's not. Okay, I'm lying. I'm not sorry at all. It was Lord Lenny who posted this on one of Coop's forums. I appreciate that. Nerf holsters. Seriously, I might just have to do a video on attachments all by themselves. I just couldn't find anywhere to put them on the floor. In terms of mags, this probably isn't the biggest collection on YouTube. If all these were fully loaded up, you'd have a total of 1,151 darts. Moving over now to this side of the room, these are all my Nerf boxes. I tend to keep boxes.
Pika Pika!
Yeah, you're right, Pikachu. Guess I'm a bit of a hoarder. Some boxes, though, are just too much fun. Let's face it, there's a lot of fun to be had with Nerf boxes. I'm doing parkour! Moving in some old school blasters. We've got the Mag Strike and a bunch of mags, 12 to be exact. Pair of Wildfires, Super Max 3000. Super because it's spelt with 2 X's. When I saw these on eBay, I just had to buy it because we had one of these in our house when I was like 12. That's not a Nerf gun, but it's funky. Old school 2003 Nerf goodness. There's another Nerf gun here somewhere. Transformers! Nerf guns in disguise. You put your hand in here, pull this down, and check that out. Again, it's not actually Nerf branded, but it's Hasbro. Dart goes in there. Prime. Fire. Better not lose that. It's weird because the heads don't look that dissimilar, but the diameter of the hole's smaller. Also forgot to mention, sledge fire shell goodness. Tiny sledge fire shells along with original Nerf sledge fire shells. And finally, bang up to date with our rival blasters. Nerf rival Apollo, Nerf rival Zeus, and my favourite two Nerf rival blasters that exist at the moment, the Nerf rival Artemis and the Nerf rival Nemesis. I just think there's something poetic about having the old with the new, the old with the new. Poetic. Ooh. That's what poets do to clap. Anyway. So, thanks very much for watching my Nerf collection. I am looking to downscale what I have in my Nerf collection. Let's face it, there is a heck of a lot of stuff here around the house when it's all unpacked. And I still can't believe that all of it pretty much fits in that little room there. Like a TARDIS. TARDIS music. What's in the stock? It's a whatchamacallit from FDT. Foam Dart Thunder was in the States recently, and he saw this and thought of me because he'd never seen it before, and I've never seen a whatchamacallit before either. King size even. Made with chocolate peanut flavoured crisps and caramel. Wow, this looks flat. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely incredible. It's kind of like a peanut toffee crisp. I've got to say, I quite like toffee crisps, and I really love all the peanutty sort of stuff and peanut buttery sort of stuff that you guys do in the States. This is an absolutely delightful marriage of the two. This is Just a Jolt in toffee crispy peanutty heaven, signing off. Woo!